Give me your 3 must-haves for every Indian home.
If you can afford it, a veranda. That's for me is or a balcony. I think you need some place for your plants and for yourself and to see the sky. I would love it. A well-placed kitchen if you cook. And I think a family space. Like if you can afford it, a space where the entire family can be together. Whether it's around the dining table or around the living room or even if you're watching TV, just a place where I feel that Indian homes are all about family. And if your heart is in the kitchen and if you're cooking for your family, that should be the heart of the house. Or if your heart is, if that's not you, and if your heart is around, just being together at a particular time of the day.
Yes.
There should be a heart and soul of your home.
Yes.
I also feel that if, for example, you like walking bare feet in a house, then the floor is really important. It really is the way you live, na? How do you live? Like if a lot of times people want to remove their shoes and walk into the house, then the floor has to be correct, na?
Yeah.
Or if you're living in a dusty city, then don't put a carpet or a rug. Or if you're living next to neighbors who are peeping in, then you need those heavy drapes.
Yeah.
Or you don't.
Yeah. What is the most outrageous design request you've ever got?
I have to think about this now. But
You have one.
so I mean, it's so like I said, a lot of my clients are collectors, and then you have people who collect watches or who collect cars, and who have these incredible wardrobes or just garments, and so we've designed a wine cellar for a client with 1,000 bottles of wine, which means 30 feet of wall with just wine racks. Insanely done. And when I started designing that, I didn't realize how much effort you've got to put in, because with that collection of wine came the cigars and the humidors, and then the different quality, the different temperatures for the red wine, white wine, champagne. And it's just that whole intricacy of designing. And then recently, it's not outrageous, but recently I designed a yacht, a private yacht and a private aircraft, which was also incredible. And just to see that half of the world, not half, that niche of the world living in that space, it was surreal.
Was it an Indian client?
Yeah, both from South India. We have money in the South, don't worry.
Of course, we don't doubt it at all. We don't doubt it at all.
Sabia's opening his store in the South, Tarun's opened there.
Yes.
So they obviously know what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And how did the yacht turn out?
Quite fabulous.
What was the kind of style? And
It's contemporary. So a yacht can take that much of weight. It can take that much because of the movement.
Yeah.
Even when you're buying art, what is the weight of the art? What is the size scale? How does it fit in? The architecture of the yacht is already in place. The lighting is in place. So like everything, we did rugs from India, which had to fit in for the millimeter.
wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was such an incredible. I worked with an architect from London, and it was already a very contemporary yacht in terms of architecture. So I stayed with that. I just brought in a little bit of the aesthetic with some patterns, and then of course some Indianness with my rugs and a little bit of art. Actually, we had international art also, but yeah, a few pieces.
I'm actually very interested to know, what is the craziest or biggest wardrobe you've designed?
designing.
Designing?
Yeah, can't say. But we've done, I mean, even in the past, we've done wardrobes which are fabulous. So when I'm designing a wardrobe, Masoom, so it's not just the number of shoes or the number of, obviously it's all about the long hanging, the short hanging, the Indian, the Western, the jewelry drawers, the watch winders, the accessories you own, the hats and the sunglasses, and everything has to be compartmentalized. It has to be really perfected. And today, wardrobes are all about like even hidden drawers, hidden safes, and sometimes your makeup needs to be cold, and you have a fridge, and so there's everything possible in that one room. So our rooms have become bigger than bedrooms, the wardrobe areas, and people love it. And then of course you have islands and seating and perfect lighting, and
wow,
yeah, you should have one soon.
I will.
Yeah, you will. Why not?
So this was amazing. I've learned so much through this conversation, and I do want to end it on the note where I ask you to kind of tell us some of your favorite sort of homegrown Indian designers. If they're emerging, nothing like it.
In my space, because I'm doing very niche and very high-end work for clients like that, I experiment in the sense of only...
Got it.
Yeah, very sort of that craft has to be at that particular level. So like when I work, for example, if I call in Tarun, so that,
I love what you did with it.
Yeah.
That was breathtaking.
Yeah, so that's an interesting story, because there I was working first for this home, and they are Muslims, and I was trying to find art which would work in their space, and obviously to respect their sensibilities and their religion. I was looking at different kinds of art, and then we had this grand staircase, and it was like bang in the middle of the staircase I wanted this massive piece of art. And originally, if you research back, people would use tapestry or carpets or things like that. And I'm thinking, why don't we do something by hand? And then I reached out to Tarun and I said, can we do something? And this is the client. And he also is incredible with his just his thought process. And he said, let's just do this. And again, during the pandemic. And then after I worked with him maybe 4 times, and I'm working with him now. And every time I work with him, he says, you're pushing me. You're making me think out of the box. I'm like, yeah, that's what I meant to do. So that was the most beautiful piece of craft. And recently, what you may have seen on the gram was for one of the houses I completed this year. Again, beautifully done. And in this one, he's used even semi-precious stones.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, we have talent and craftsmanship in our country, which over the years, I mean, is just getting, we just because we're innovating and we're thinking differently, and we're not afraid anymore just to use our craft and just to display it. We are doing more and more beautiful objects and more beautiful art, and even our youngest designers have started looking at homegrown, and especially in terms of furniture and product. Everybody's trying to experiment, and they're doing such wonderful things. I look at some of our younger talent, including interior designers or architects, and they're always working with materials where you wouldn't have thought of. Like, oh my God, he's really gone into this village and found this local material and he's worked with it. And look what he's produced. Contemporizing product using old craftsmanship and heritage,
Yes.
etc., is just the way forward. And I'm so excited to see. I think the generation now, that is the kids who are coming out in their 20s and 30s, are thinking fantastically. I think we lost it when, maybe 15 years or 20 years before, but all this Western stuff was just being thrown at us. And we were very excited to embrace it. And slowly everything the wheels just turned.
Yes. No, I absolutely agree, because I'm, like I told you, making my new home. And the one conversation that me and my interior designer have had, and something that I'm want to be particular about, is I only want to have Indian art in the home.
Yeah, amazing. I'm so happy to hear that.
And I think it's also because, especially when you live away from
Yes.
what is home to
Yes,
you, right?
yes,
I think it's so important.
Yes.
Plus, I know because of my work and because of my network, the home will be featured.
Yes.
And it'll get that kind of outreach. So if someone's getting the credit and the publicity, it might as well be Indian artists that do.
No, I'm so glad you think that
So-
way, because it's very important. And I see that, I always just say to myself, why can't we look at our country the way a visitor from Europe, etc., look at us? What's wrong with us? We can't look at it. And I've always tried to narrow my vision out to, let me look at India from the European point of view. And this is not now. This is from 25 years. I think, I work with a lot of my friends who do beautiful Indian products. Ashish or Vikram or Ravi or Rushad or anybody out there. I love working, Sarita. I love working with them. And I love encouraging them. And I always call myself a patron of the younger talent, because I think they need that, forget that encouragement, but I think they just, that's the only time I'm going to say it. And that makes a huge world of difference.
It really does.
Yeah, it does. And I'm happy.
Thank you so much. This was really an absolutely incredible conversation. Thank you for being here.
No, thank you for